he doesn't necessarily know everything that's going on. He only have a for instance from the person who called him and made the report. And the dispatcher displayed that to the office to respond to the situation to get it in. Same with this situation, we see. Once something is set into play, whether it's a school board, personnel, board or whoever, once the federal government goes into turning, as we've seen these core and deep state bullshit games that they play within our government, they're in that position already. So when the turning and the wickedness of the beast in our government, the demons and the bullshitical one new world order bullshitical plan, and everybody is throwing in this and throwing in that in the mix of the game, you know what I'm saying? These people are already in position. So when the orders come down to ignore the parents or come down to say, it goes stay as is because we in charge and you just are piano out there in the crowd with your kid up in school, you're lucky we got him up in there anyway, we said kick his ass out because we run shit around the way. You see, what is a parent to do when the board is demon democratical as well and on the same demon democratical plans as the demon democratical Luciferian Luciferian piece of shit order, such as the Bible, such as the so-called fake-ass Bible that Biden swore his hand on. I wonder where he got that Bible from when he was being sworn in. Anyway, what is to stop the board from violating the parents' rights, you know what I'm saying, as far as their complaints is concerned? I thought they worked for the people. The board is not no motherfucking Gestapo 12-step brainwash camp group. You are there as the board in order to make sure that every parent's grievance when it comes to their child in that school under your protection when their back is turned, when they drop that kid off and they turn their back, motherfucker. You better give that man whose daughter got raped that you tackled to the ground, you better give that man full justice. Restitution. Such as you owe the black race. All across the planet Earth. While you're talking a racist piece of lying-ass garbage, you chucked up to big-ass religion. You stole the concept from Egypt and Africa as a whole, and then got the world to sit there and put on your TV program Sambo and all kind of fucking bullshit to discredit the African people and then tell the people that Egypt was devil worshippers. And try to put the Satan garbage on them so nobody look to Africa or see what truly came out of Africa or what you in Africa raiding, setting up and trying to claim as any righteous understanding that you came from. You did not come from there. So the same goes here. Merrick Garland is a piece of shit and he should be in jail for treason against the American people and the common way of life. They're treasonous, but they're hiding behind the truth. And that is easy psychological to understand. How hard can that be? Right? Now, let's give an example of that again. If a cop shows up, isn't he in his right as a police officer to do his job? Protect and serve. Okay, based on the overstand. We're not saying that racism and all kind of other Luciferian piece of deep state shit ain't involved. We're just saying that when he shows up, he's there to protect ourselves, right? So he's in his right. Because he's coming to quill something that is an audience against society that is out of order, that he has to be the one to come down and do it. Is Biden going to come down there and do it? So when he shows up, he's in his right, right? But what if he racism in his heart? And the group in which he's policing with is reaching, I have a lot of racist vibes in there, and they've been doing a lot of racist shit. We still have to go and listen to his authority because he's the police officer that come to straight out the situation. Right? Isn't that his job? So when we look at what went on with Merrick Garland, we see the same bullshit. He's in his right based on the position that he's sitting in. such as the personal board, or the board of whoever personnel. They're sitting in their right, but the people. So now they're using that authority and abusing it. But the abusation seems to be the people. How can that be? When the people are coming with a grievance. So we see here. So we see where the memorandum was aimed at the violence and threats and the violence. He was using the right to hide the garbage that he did. He said it was a violence against the whole host of school personnel. But the school personnel was down with your garbage as well, such as you were. And whoever you were answering to up above your head. You know what I'm saying? It was not aimed at parents making complaints to their school board. Yes, it was shitty, nutcase, deep state, bachelor sucking idiot, Merrick, the nutcase, treasonous garbage. Nutcase. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, listen to what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? It was not aimed at the parents making complaints. That's how sweet it sounds. To the school board. And it came in the context of a whole series of other kinds of how can that possibly be? How could it come in any context of other kinds of violence, threats, and violence against, right? Other public officials. So you deny the parents and you use the school board to use your Gestapo power, and they follow through your garbage because you were saying that it was a host of other threats and violence against other public officials. But that's not in the school. The school should be where most protection is there, not using the protection in your position of school board to bring down your Gestapo Luciferian piece of socialist Marxist bullshit that the demon Democrats be running. Oh no. That memo does indeed begin. In recent months, there has been a disturbing spike in harassment, intimidation, and threats and violence against school administration because you were violating the people, you fuckhead. You were violating the parents, you screwball. You were violating the very children in the school, jackass. And such as we see with UVlade and many other school shootings that went on, a lot of these things are trumped up by the Democratic Party. Period. And now they're trying to butter sauce their way out of it. Get out of my Get out of my fucking face. For real. You're garbage. You are garbage. And that's straight up. You are garbage. Now we see another one coming in Washington. Look like Pelon this year. I guess they say these or whatever. 27 days ago, Washington Examiner. You know what I'm saying? But we see where a Biden Supreme Court commission under investigation by Jordan, Grassley, and Graham. You know what I'm saying? As we see the House Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan, Republican of where? Ohio, of course. You know what I'm saying? Ohio. And former Senator Judiciary Chairman Lindsey Graham, a Republican of, I guess, South Carolina, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And Chuck Grassley, Republican of, I don't know if that's Indiana or whatever, or wherever he's from, but I'm not getting into that because you know his name. Alright. Sent a letter to former leaders of President P.B. Joe Supreme Court Reform, I guess, Commission, the Reform Commission, requesting documents, you know what I'm saying, requesting documents, as we see, requesting documents in communication from the now defunct judiciary focus group. How many groups you need to investigate one fucking thing? You sound like a jackass to ring circles and you try and confuse the minds of the people. But creepy Joe Biden formed the commission in April. Look who formed it and was tasked to provide analysts, you know what I'm saying, for and against reforming the Supreme Court after the administration faced months of pressure by liberal lawmakers and advocates calling to consider expanding the size of the 9 members High Court. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like put some more black people up there. A couple of Latino brothers up there too, folks. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When we look at it, High Court, the commission ultimately included, you know what I'm saying, with recommendations for ethics and greater transparency. Oh yeah, you gonna get that out of the demon Democrat? Like what we see went on when they were censoring the media. It was so much transparency. But I'm talking about misinformation, and censoring people's voices and the First Amendment and all of that. And oh wow, now there was America, Hollywood, the little girl got raped and the father tried to do something and he got arrested. Oh yeah, it was a lot of transparency, wasn't it? Transparency, but said there was profound disagreement about court expansion or team limits. Team limits is one of them that should be in place. You know what I'm saying? It really should. It really should. There should be no tenor for them to be sitting up there 40, 50, 60, 80 years of their old ass signing contracts and sucking blood. Oh, yeah. Although, you know what I'm saying, the commission, as we see, has since, you know what I'm saying, has since disbanded. Questions remain about the commission work, deliberation, and true purpose. Key word, true purpose. The three Republican lawmakers wrote in the letter to Robert Bauer and look like Christina Rodriguez. Where's the black people again as? Former co-chair people of Creep Joe Biden, North his ass. The Troy of lawmakers acknowledged the final report, you know what I'm saying, avoid an embarrassment, the final report, and avoid an embarrassment of packing the Supreme Court, but outlined their concerns about some members on the commission, including Georgetown law professor Caroline Fredrickson, who they said continue to